All right, man. We're going to listen to Bad Dreams, and they're going to be playing Cuffed and Collared, something I know a little bit about. So this is a second request of the day for Bones. Thank you, Bones, for the request, and the rest of y'all, I'm knocking them out and getting yours done too. So this one is requested, or the song that he requested is by Bad Dreams, and he says he loves this band, and they did a really great version of Black Fella, White Fella, but he chose this one because a while ago I was watching the American drama series, The Rookie, and they played this song. So this song, again, is called Cuffed and Collared, and it's live at Nice Day to Go to the Club 2024, so just last year. So yeah, man, I'm stoked to see what all this is about. I like the intro for sure. Got to put that music or the volume up. All right, y'all. Again, I just like to say thanks for spending your valuable time here listening to me, an old Texas guy, just reacting to groovy music and all different kinds of music, man. Some don't even have English subtitles to them, but people are requesting it, and it's culture enliven. Shit, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it opens up a broad look at all the music that's out there in the world. So that's what I was trying to say. And I'm trying to figure out why is this. I guess this is the way to do it. All right. So without further delay, y'all, let's just get into it. Bad Dreams singing Cuffed and Collared. Here we go. All right, man. Got to pause it as y'all know I got to do. But yeah, so I really like the first one that I did, and that one was the West, the Barton, and so this is I'm getting kind of a feel for Bone for what he really enjoys and or his preference. Y'all got to understand it's 4 o'clock in the morning here, and I don't do well with words at 12 in the afternoon, much less at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm trying to struggle here to get these words out and draw mostly a blank. But anyway, I like this as well, Bone. I don't know if it's a preference, but it's something that if came on, and it's like they're not going to play this on the radio, not at least not in my area. But if I did hear it, if it did come on, let's say I was out in the garage, like I told you, I'm working on Old Blue right now, fixing some rust. I would definitely listen to this. If I was at the gym and this was on my gym playlist, this would fit right in there. So yeah, I'm really digging it. I'm not really catching all the words. It's probably one of those songs, this style of music, you have to listen to a couple of times before you capture all the words and the essence of the words. So this is, when you guys see me react to a video, that's exactly what I'm doing, reacting, because it's the absolute first time that I've heard it. So the reason why I'm saying that is because if I listened to it several times, I'd be able to figure out what they're saying, and it would probably mean more. But this is a reaction channel, not what I want y'all to hear. It's what y'all want me to react to. So yeah, I spoke a long time there and really didn't say anything. It's early. All right, let's get back to it.
Bleeding on the ground, cuffed and colored, bleeding on the ground, cuffed and colored, bleeding on the ground, cuffed and colored, bleeding on the ground, the ground, the ground, the ground, cuffed and colored, bleeding on the ground, cuffed and colored, bleeding on the ground, cuffed and colored, bleeding on the ground. No longer darlings, my pretties, my babies.
Yeah. Cuff and collared on the ground. I got a fast story. When I was a police officer, this was probably 1997 or 98. I was a lot younger than I am now. I got a call from dispatcher saying that there was a guy at the local truck stop in our town, and that he was in the bathroom and he had a needle in his arm and he was doing drugs. And so I roll that way. It's not an emergency call. You try to expedite, but you got to, you make sure that you don't hurt anybody else trying to get to this stupid drug call. So I responded as the primary officer, and then there was another officer that responded, and with him he had a reserve officer, and means that reserve officer had a real job other than being a police officer. And then on the weekends, some weekends, so many hours of the month is required out of reserve officers, just so we can keep them current. Make a long story short, I'm the primary officer, so we get to this truck stop, and the bathroom is down this long, narrow hallway. It's about just a little bit wider than my shoulders, and I'm a stout guy, so my shoulders are quite a bit wider than just a normal guy. But so I'm walking down this we call it a fatal funnel, because there's only one way in and one way out, and it's down this narrow hallway, and we don't know what we're walking into. So I get down there, and at the end of this hallway, you open the door is just right there, and that door is about the size of a small closet, and the bathroom of this place is about the size of a small closet, literally. You open the door, and if somebody was at the sink, because the first thing when you open the door is the sink, and then there's the toilet. If you open the door, you would hit that door opened inwards, I believe, if I remember right. And you would hit whoever was at the sink if that person didn't have that door locked. So I try the handle on the door, and it's unlocked, and I go to push it open, and I get it about, let's see here, getting the camera. I get it about this far open, and somebody on the other side slams it in my face. And when they do, I just freaking pile drive that door, and it knocks this guy over this toilet. and he's got a needle still stuck in his arm. It's just waving. As this is all going fast, but it seems like it's slow motion. And this dude is huge. He's a truck driver, and he does methamphetamine to stay awake. Anyway, so he's a cornered rat, and I'm still trying to kind of register what in the hell just happened. And that guy decides he's leaving. And he's not going to try to hurt me, but he's going to try to get past me and get out of that store. And what happened is he came out of that bathroom, and I backed up to get a better stance, and he had that momentum with him, and he was just bum rushing me back down this hallway, and there was 2 officers behind me, and we were just like dominoes. There's 3 of us just pressed against each other, and we were just being pushed down the hallway. And I finally get hold of him, and he was not going to get cuffed and collared. He was going to get out of that store. Just now that we're out of the bathroom, out of the hallway, now it opens up into a convenience store. Cokes and flour and just anything of convenience. And it's 4 or 5 shelf rows of this little store, and we demolished that whole thing just trying to get this guy in cuffs. And we ended up getting him in cuffs, and I can remember in my mind seeing these 1 liter Coke bottles. The lids had come off of them, and they were spinning around, slinging Coke everywhere. It was in that flour. I mentioned these bags of flour had busted open, so there you got this Coke spinning around, and that Coke is getting into that flour, and it's he'd sling one of us to the ground, and we'd get up, and we'd be covered in all this stuff, and we'd sling him to the ground, and then he had kind of like superhuman strength, man. It was a comedy of errors, but this song reminds me of Cuffed and Collared. And I've told y'all before, I've never had somebody in the 27 years I was a cop. I never had somebody that I was dealing with on a call try to hurt me. And this guy wasn't trying to hurt me or the other 2 officers, but his whole deal was to get away from us, go out the doors, and I don't know where the hell he was going to go, because once we get engaged, we can't disengage and like, okay, well, you got out of the door, I guess we'll get him next time. We still have to do it, but the reason why I brought up that we had a 3rd officer there, and I won't give names, but he was a reserve officer, and I had this guy around the neck, this perpetrator, this actor we call him. I had him around the neck trying to, get him down on the floor, and I'm telling this reserve officer, I'm looking right at the reserve officer, and I'm telling him, spray this guy, and he's like, no, if I spray him, I'm gonna spray you. I said, I don't care, spray. We got to do something. This guy is a freaking monster, man. So he finally ended up spraying the guy, and I got a little bit of it, but it wasn't. This was towards the beginning of my shift too, and so we all 3 had to go home during different parts and get a new uniform and all that. I ended up going to the hospital with this guy, and letting the doctor. He ended up bloody, because those shelves are sharp and things, and we wanted to get him checked out. So I ended up going down there with him, and this guy had, and he was nice. He was a nice guy. Once we got the cuffs on him, he was real apologetic. Sorry that I hope I didn't hurt anybody, and he meant it. And anyway, got him down there. I rode in the ambulance with him, got him down to the hospital, and patted him down there, and he had meth in his shoe and needles, probably 4 or 5 needles, and he'd been walking on those. And I get a little piece of lint in my shoe, and it bugs the hell out of him. I got to take my shoe off, get all that, get that out. But this guy was walking on, it was at least 4 syringes in one of his shoes, and then the other shoe that he was walking on had a baggie and more methamphetamine, and that's trials and tribulations of being a police officer in Texas at the time. So, and I've told you all before, thank God, not everybody has the same experience as me, but I've never had anybody that intentionally tried to hurt me doing my job. They've all of them, damn near all of them, tried to get away, but they weren't gonna say, I'm just gonna attack this police officer. I mean, we got a pretty good reputation in Texas. If you hurt a police officer in Texas, man, that's your ass. They will do everything in their power to make sure you spend every minute, as many years as possible, in prison if you hurt a Texas police officer. But I never had that happen. So. All right, man, I hope y'all weren't too bored of that story, and that's going to do it for me. So till I see y'all again, I'll catch you on down the road. Try not to get cuffed and collared, and I'll see you guys on the next one.